2100 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister, while addressing a special ceremony in Islamabad today to commemorate the first anniversary of Pakistan's response to the Indian aggression of 26th of February last year, urged the world community to take notice of Hindutva ideology of India that is based on hatred and racial superiority against the minorities. Pakistan says ceasefire violations by India are a threat to regional peace and security and may lead to a strategic miscalculation. The death toll in anti-Muslim violence in the Indian capital has risen to 23. The President says Pakistan hosted millions of Afghan refugees on its land, which shows the state's hospitality and generosity. The American President says his administration is moving closer to a peace deal with the Taliban in Afghanistan. In the Pakistan Super League 2020, Peshawar Zalmay has set a victory target of 124 runs for Multan Sultans in Multan. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has urged the world community to take notice of Hindutva ideology of India that is based on hatred and racial superiority against the minorities. Addressing a special ceremony in Islamabad today in connection with the passing of 1 year of Indian aggression on Pakistan, he said the Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh ideology of the incumbent Indian government takes inspiration from Nazi ideals of racial superiority and hate for followers of other religions. He said more than 8 million Kashmiris are a virtual hostage with communications blockade and essential freedoms compromised. The Prime Minister said a racist, fascist and totalitarian ideology has been adopted by the Indian government which is leading to violence and bloodshed. He said the prevailing environment in India is echoing the same situation where hate is being spread against all the minorities in that country, leading to communal violence. The Prime Minister said our armed forces were fully prepared to meet any aggression, but Pakistan's side exercised restraint after realizing that there were no casualties in the Indian bombing. Imran Khan appreciated the response of the entire nation, including politicians and the media, in that crisis. Earlier, the Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi, in his address, said on 26th of February last year, our eastern neighbor violated our sovereignty and launched aggression on Pakistan. Pakistan responded befittingly to show its resolve and capability. Prime Minister Imran Khan says the RSS-inspired Bharatiya Janata Party government's extremist and discriminatory policies are imperiling peace and security in the region. He was talking to the Egyptian Commander-in-Chief and the Minister for Defense and Military Production, General Mohammad Ahmad Zaki Mohammed, who called on him in Islamabad today. During the meeting, views were exchanged on bilateral, regional and international issues. General Mohammad Ahmad Zaki Mohammed reaffirmed Egypt's commitment to enhance high-level exchanges and further fortify the bilateral cooperation with Pakistan in all fields. Pakistan says the ceasefire violations by India are a threat to regional peace and security and may lead to a strategic miscalculation. According to the Foreign Office spokesperson Aisha Farooqi, Pakistan summoned a senior Indian diplomat today and lodged Pakistan's strong protest over the ceasefire violations by the Indian occupation forces in Neza Pir sector along the line of control yesterday. The spokesperson said a 40-year-old innocent civilian, a resident of village Mandhar, sustained serious injuries due to the indiscriminate and unprovoked firing by the Indian occupation forces. In India, 23 people have been killed and over 150 injured in the deadly violence against Muslims across several parts of New Delhi. According to reports, the clashes first broke out between the protesters for and against the controversial Citizenship Amendment law, which later turned into communal riots. The President, Dr. Arif Alvi, has said Pakistan is leading nation in the world of philanthropic activities to help the needy and poor segments of the society. Addressing the inaugural ceremony of Al Miraj Habib Trust Hospital in Islamabad today, he said provision of basic amenities of life to citizens is the prime responsibility of a state. The president said Pakistan hosted millions of Afghan refugees on its soil, which shows the state's hospitality and generosity. Pakistan and the United States have expressed the resolve to further strengthen their bilateral partnership with special focus on energy, business and commerce. The understanding to this effect came during a meeting between the advisor to the Prime Minister on Finance and Revenue, Dr. Abdul Hafiz Sheikh, and the American Commerce Secretary, Wilbur Ross, in Islamabad this evening. Speaking on the occasion, Abdul Hafiz Sheikh said Pakistan has opened its markets to foreign investors by providing ease of doing business to them. The American Commerce Secretary on the occasion expressed the willingness to assist the Pakistan government in strengthening the country's energy sector. This is Radio Pakistan. The American President Donald Trump says his administration is moving closer to a peace deal with the Taliban in Afghanistan. Talking to reporters in India at the conclusion of his two-day trip, he said the week-long nationwide reduction in violence truce with this insurgent group is holding up so far. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says he would represent Pakistan at the signing ceremony of the peace agreement between the United States and the Afghan Taliban in Doha on Saturday. Addressing a news briefing in Islamabad this evening, he said the American Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross held further fruitful meetings with Pakistan leadership and acknowledged Islamabad's key role in promoting peace and stability in Afghanistan. The National Assembly of Pakistan has decided to host a national dialogue on the Afghan reconciliation process in the third week of next month. The dialogue is aimed at reviewing the situation of Afghanistan after a peace agreement between Afghanistan and the United States. In a statement, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Asad Kaisar, said Pakistan has an important status in Afghanistan peace process, and this peace in the neighbouring country will bring stability and prosperity in the region. And now cricket. In the Pakistan Super League 2020, chasing a victory target of 124 runs set by Peshawar Zalmi at Multan, Multan Sultans were 20 runs for the loss of 2 wickets in 2.5 overs a short while ago. Batting first, Peshawar Zalmi scored 123 runs in 18.3 overs. The ninth match of the Super League will be played at the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium tomorrow between Islamabad United and Quetta Gladiators. And finally, the weather. Mainly dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, rain, wind, thunderstorm with snowfall over the hills is expected at isolated places in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, northern Balochistan and Gilgit-Baltistan. To end the news, here once again are the headlines. The Prime Minister, while addressing a special ceremony in Islamabad today to commemorate the first anniversary of Pakistan's response to the Indian aggression of 26th of February last year, urged the world community to take notice of Hindutva ideology of India that is based on hatred and racial superiority against the minorities. Pakistan says the ceasefire violations by India are a threat to regional peace and security and may lead to a strategic miscalculation. The death toll in anti-Muslim violence in the Indian capital has risen to 23. The president says Pakistan hosted millions of Afghan refugees on its soil, which shows the state's hospitality and generosity. The American president says his administration is moving closer to a peace deal with the Taliban in Afghanistan. In the Pakistan Super League 2020, Multan Sultans were 20 runs for the loss of 2 wickets in 2.5 overs a short while ago in response to Peshawar Zalmi's 123 runs. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.